You went on to be a matte painter.
Yes.
What films did you work on?
I've worked on a lot of films and even TV commercials. Right out of school, my first film was Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked. And so that was kind of my first jump right into working in the industry, in the entertainment industry, as a conceptual matte painter. And then from there, I went to work on 42, Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. In 42 specifically, all those stadiums don't exist anymore. They've all been torn down. And so they filmed on a baseball field. And then what we would do as a matte painter, come in and take our we had a 3D modeler that built the stadiums to scale. And then we took that 3D model and photography that was black and white photography, and then we would create a matte painting of what it would look like, or what it was looking like at that time. Billboards, the buildings, and so it was really fun and challenging in that we're trying to match historically what was there, using that black and white photography, and then having some artistic freedom to kind of with color and everything.
Were you doing traditional paintings, or were you doing digital work?
All digital. Yeah,
all digital work. So with all the work you're doing digitally, the first time I saw a couple of your paintings, especially I'd say probably more than anything because of the colors, somebody said to me, oh, those are paintings, like physical paintings. And I was surprised and pleased because it seems like your palette is really punchy and feels almost digital. Do you think there's any influence in there, or is this just how you see the world?
I definitely think that my experience as a matte painter and concept artist working in the digital has affected, influenced it. My palette, I've been keeping it really simple, kind of like a warm and cool version of the primaries, and been mixing it. And so having that limited palette, it just kind of becomes what I do and how I see things and what I want to say.
Is there anything that you can do when you're painting that puts energy into a piece that you can or can't do when you're digitally painting, when you're physically painting, that you can or can't do when you're painting in another fashion?
With a brush, I can rotate the brush in different angles and get a variety of marks and texture. Whereas digital, you don't get quite as much control, right? You can get variety in your brushstroke depending on the dynamics of that brush, but as doing it traditionally, I can feel it, I can control it, I can kind of, get a thin line, a big stroke, or whatever.
Not that you're painting like Jackson Pollock, but it just seems like when you're on an easel or something like that, you have a little more opportunity to give it that flick. Give it that thing that says, ooh, and I've spilt something too.
Yeah, Yeah, and you can see sometimes there's a little flicking and things and stuff on there, and happy accidents, I guess you could say, that kind of strengthen that. So, yeah.
Yeah.